back, folks. This is game 2. We have Glue the Moose versus Fellowship of Stoneheim. Let's cue some music there. And extend that view. So far, folks, we have Glue the Moose with a 5-point lead in point scoring. They were able to pull that off. 4 players to 7. Quicksilver joining them for this game. It's now 5-7. Fellowship also bringing in some reinforcements. They've switched out some players. Mobits and Flumox are making their appearance in the match. Pooh Bear, Pythos, Moliere, Ballistic, and Cavern are all veterans of Game 1. And everyone who's watching this film will be taxed $5. Make it payable to Pyth at Bungie.net. Just lol. But since we've already introduced the players, talked about where the scoring is in the match, we could go into strategy here with about 50 seconds to go. You'll see FS pretty much maxing their archers. Also getting about 30 thrall. They don't have max warriors. 3 duffs. There's a journeyman. Will I find a white? Please tell me I'll find a white. Alright, there's no whites, so I'm terribly disappointed. But they do have 4 goals to scout, perhaps tag. And for Glue the Moose, I mean, they're maxing warriors. They don't have quite 30 thrall. Looks like it's about 26. And they're about 4 archers away from the maximum. Going for only 2 dwarves, and they do get a white here. They have a journeyman. Will they be healing the whites? And it's on, folks. It is on. We have some pus coming into play. Rauko running his journeyman off into the distance, making it a true pain in the ass if the Fellowship goals wanted to come and harass picking up the pus, whether now or later on in the game.
Flag captured. Flag captured.
And Butcher's talking about the last game of C versus Snap. And Gore made Gunda blow off his date and play. And it's funny because the match was already out of their hands at that point. And I'm totally willing to believe Gore had that power over his teammate. I've seen other players do the same shit, even within the past 5 years. So, funny stuff, funny stuff. But so far, the teams have tagged their respective defensive flags. Fellowship getting the lead with that. If the game ended right now, they would have an extra 4 points, I believe. Might be 6. We'll check up on that later. But each flag is worth 4 points. I believe victory here is worth 4 points. You'll see Doramon is in the middle with Caparou's Warpack. He's going to face off with Moliere and Flamox. Up in the north, we got Mobits and Cavern pushing the north. They're probably going to get this easy tag and help cement that lead with Fellowship. Bring them 1 flag closer to victory. Cap's going to move his thrall off, try to spare them a little bit. And Rauku's just sleeping. Looks like he's just left the game. So we almost had some pus action going on here, but it looks like it won't be happening yet. And Cap's gonna put that into action. He's gonna get the pus loaded. So it's 4 versus 7 once again. And in the south, we have Ballistics Archers facing off with Tigers, while you got Quicksilver and Pythos with supporting melee. And right now, the Fellowship's north is just fully advancing on Glue the Moose's mid. Gonna have to see how this battle plays out, as Glue the Moose needs to hold the line here. You'll see in the distance we have Cap's fully loaded Puskulls coming in shortly, creating a pinch of their own. Dorman's in a rough spot. He's trying to focus on just one set of archers, move away from the other. And there's Cap's goals into play. We got a battle going on in the south that I'm missing, and it looks like that dwarf will go down without being pussed. Another bit of archers will be getting pussed here. We'll see if that lands and go check out south quickly. Yup, that is a pretty nice fucking puss. And Tiger over here losing the archer battle, although he is dodging quite a bit. Ballistic's gonna clean that up. It's going to allow his archers to initiate a push there. All Tiger's got left to hold down that area is the dwarf and Quicksilver's warriors. Looks like Cap's journeyman is going to get blown to pieces. Roots going everywhere, folks. And that pus has destroyed enough of Mobitz's archers where Dorman can fully focus on this mid pack of archers. And now we got Cap coming in with more pus. He sees the two dwarves, he sees the clump of archers, and he's just going to go for all those archers there. I mean, you just see here the crazy stuff that Puss can do, and a lot of these teams just taking that opportunity for advantage. Half of those Fellowship mid archers are going to go down. The dwarf is going to go down. And pretty well done. Looks like Glue the Moose is out of pus, but they might be able to win this arch battle if they back off. We'll have to see though, as numbers and time is against them. In fact, Cap needs to make a move with his warriors here. There's no defending dwarf. He could very well just rush that middle while Dorman cleans up those archers north. And they're gonna keep the Thrall back, but Cap will move that dwarf up. Caparoo, folks. Tiger's dwarf just going down right there. Ballistic really putting on the hurt with his archers after winning that fight, and Cap engaging this melee. Looks like he might actually be winning here. And he's got the GKG colors, folks. Holding down the ground, he wins this melee for sure. It's going to be a bit closer. I'm sure he'll send some reinforcements to clean up those archers. And it looks like Dorman's going to take out another one of Mobitz's arcs in that moment. He's only got one left. Dorman asking for Thrall help, unaware that you can double click with archers when your opponents are close and stab. And it looks like Ballistic's unaware of this as well. But who knows? Maybe that's not even a feature. I mean, Cap is just coming in for the ratios here, folks. While he also goes head to head against this flag, which he might actually want to wait for a little support there for trying to take that out. Looks like all of Fellowship's flags besides their south is heavily defended with melee. And Fellowship has an 8% lead here. And Pytho's gonna deny those ratios to Kappa and chip away at some more of his units with the dwarf. And Fellowship South able to hold on here. Might be able to secure a win. Kavern going 2 versus 6 there. He realizes Kappa's attention is elsewhere and he wants to put his Thrall into play, but Tiger's bringing Kappa's attention over there. While he's also requesting units. He's saying, never mind, I mean, just take the units, bro. Come on. And we got a 6% lead for Fellowship. They're gonna move in and look to clean up with this dwarf and the arch. That'll secure maybe at least one more flag for them. With 4 minutes remaining, they might be out of time to fully capture this mid. It looks like Cap paying attention to flag 6 here. He's gonna come and pick this one up. Dorman moving the thrall into motion now. Looks like they'll help assault flag 4 once some more units show up. And Pythos' dwarf is just gonna come in and clean everything up here.
Flag captured.
Cap's gonna pick up flag 6 for his team. Flags are tied up 4 and 4, but Flag Rally gives a lead to the team that gets the lead in flags first. Therefore, you got Fellowship with control of the flag, and if they're able to take this one thrall out now, looks like a rush will finally get itself off here. Fellowship, however, picking up that flag before getting rushed. Pythos just holding things at bay along with Ballistics Archers. It looks like Cap is going to move in for the flag here. I mean, he's keeping it close for those Myth World Cup points. Even if he surrounded this small force right here, there's a good chance that that small force would just clean it up anyway. Cement an easier victory for FS, so they're opting to go with fighting battles in other areas of the map. You might want to move those warriors in from behind on the thrall. It's gonna go in now. But it looks like the Fellowship melee will hold it off with the flag breaking up the units there. And Fellowship just coming in now to clean this up. Not much Glue the Moose can do here. So Fellowship, GTM fights back here this game. And Fellowship able to secure the game this time. Whereas last game they had the lead for the most of the game. Made a few mistakes at the end. And Glue the Moose walked away with the win. So we had a nice close one here, folks. With the way this game is ending, we have 6 flags for Glue the Moose for 16 points. 24 flags to Fellowship. Or 6 flags for Fellowship, rather, for 24 points, and 5 points for the win. Fellowship comes up with 29 points on this map. You add that to their 9 points in the previous game, and right now they sit at 38 points. Meanwhile, Glue the Moose combining their 14 and 16, you have 30. So right now, Fellowship in the lead by 8 points. 38 to 30. Had Glue the Moose also been able to collect 6 flags here, and the game ended in Fellowship's favor, it would be a full tie. But of course, this did not happen. We're talking about what did. So let's go to the stats here. As Fellowship retakes the lead in the match. We have for the Fellowship green, led by Pooh Bear. He's going 0 and 3, 9 damage. Pythos putting in the work with his dwarf, 20 and 3, 55 damage. And Ballistic cleaning up the Southern Arches, 17 and 2, 106 damage. Flamox, 15 and 2, 56 damage. I'm not even sure where he was fighting, but well done, bro. And Molly Air going 11, 97 damage. I believe he had some of the archers mid. Yeah, Flamox also had the warriors mid. So those guys got beat up by that pus rush. Mobitz 10 and 6, 58 damage, and Cavern 4 and 7 with 30 damage. It's just crazy to see how quick Pus really turned the tide in that fight. Just 4 or 5 Pus coming out of nowhere, helping clean up those archers while you have less archers. Helping clean up the warriors when you probably have less warriors, but the thrall you have would give you an advantage. I mean, pretty crazy stuff. You'll see it reflected in Kappa's damage here. Even though he heals 2 whites, you know, what would that be? That'd be like 12 damage, 13, negative 13 or so. Forget what it would just show up if you. Man, I haven't played Desert on the old patches in so long, so I can't really recollect. But he manages 168 damage with some negative damage on top of that due to healing his own whites. Goes 28, 29, and the Kapparoo leading his team here in damage and kills as well as the game. However, it's not enough to secure his team a victory. You had Rauko dropping. He won't even show up on the stats board. I don't believe any damage was done before he dropped anyway. You also have Doraemon 8 and 28 with 98 damage. Tiger 2 and 8, 25 damage. And Quicksilver 2 and 14, 13 damage. The south flank for GTM running into a lot of trouble. Unfortunate, really. But it is what it is, and in terms of kills and damage throughout the game, looks like Glue the Moose is just below this line here, but at the end FS kind of takes off. And in terms of kills, just to check out where I'm looking, looks like Glue the Moose's line goes down here, and right about the mid-game point, Fellowship just really is able to take over, start getting more kills, more damage. And that is a wrap on Desert Flag Rally, folks. So right now, Fellowship got the lead. You know, the games are tied up 1-1, but through MWC scoring and having a stronger win on this Flag Rally map than the 90% to 90 win that Glue the Moose pulled off on BC Tro. You know, that's gonna give them the lead going into Game 3. It just happens to be 8 points. We'll have to see how this one turns out, folks. Will GTM come back from the player deficit, the point deficit, you know, and getting knocked down the previous game before? Or will Fellowship fight them off once again, hold on to the lead, maintain composure? We'll have to see how, if they choose to change their roster up a bit or not. The answers to all sorts of questions regarding that information coming up next in Game 3. And the winner of this match, as said in the chat, will be playing against Snap. So we'll have to see where this one goes, folks. The next game is Smells Like My Nemesis in Here territories. So stay tuned. And this is Power 73 signing out, and GG.
Game.